Credit's no good for a notion salesman.
Why not? What's the matter with credit?
It's old-fashioned. Charlie, you're an anvil salesman. You firm give credit?
No, sir.
Nor anybody else.
Rehearsing.
Cash for the merchandise. Cash for the buttonholes.
Cash for the cotton goods. Cash for the hard goods.
Cash for the fancy goods. Cash for the soft goods.
For the nuggies and the bigots and the burgers.
Cash for the hogshead, cask and demi-john. Cash for the crackers and the pickles and the fly paper.
Look, why you talk? Why you talk? Why you talk? Why you talk? Why you talk?
Where do you get it?
Why you talk?
You can talk, you can talk. You can bicker, you can talk. You can bicker, bicker, bicker. You can talk, you can talk. You can talk, 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 talk. Bicker, bicker, bicker. You can talk all you wanna. But it's different than it was.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. But you gotta know the territory.
Why is the Model T4 gave the trouble, made the people wanna go, wanna get up and go 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 22, 23 miles to the county seat. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Who's gonna patronize a little bitty 2x4 store anymore?
Why you talk? Why you talk?
Where do you get it?
Not the Model T at all. Take a gander at the store, at the modern store, at the present day store, at the present day modern T Mart and a live grocery store. Why you talk? Why you talk? Why you talk? Why you talk? Why you talk?
Where do you get it?
Why you talk? Why you talk? Why you talk?
Where do you get it? You can talk, you can bicker, you can talk, you can bicker, you can talk, 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 bicker, 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 you can talk all you wanna, but it's different than it was.
No, it ain't, but you gotta know the territory.
Why, it's the you need a biscuit make the trouble. You need a. Put the crackers in a package in a packet. The you need a biscuit in an airtight sanitary package. Made the Cracker Barrel obsolete, 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 obsolete.
Cracker Barrel went out the window with the mail pouch cut plug torn by the stove. Changed the approach of the traveling salesman. Made it pretty hard. No, it didn't, but you gotta know the territory.
Gone, gone, gone. The hogshead, cask and demi-john. Gone. The sugar barrel, pickle barrel, milk can. Gone. The top and the pail and the tears.
Ever meet a fella by the name of Hill?
Hill?
Hill? Hill? Hill?
Hill? Hill?
Hill? No! Just a minute, just a minute, just a minute. Never heard of him salesman. Hill doesn't know the territory.
Doesn't know the territory. What's the fella's line?
Never worried about his line.
Never worries about his line.
Oh, the Cracker Barrel being obsolete. Oh, you need a biscuit and an airtight sanitary package. Oh, the Model T4. Just a minute, just a minute, just a minute. Never worried about his line.
Never worries about his line.
Oh, doggone thing. He's just a bending girl with a big old wiggle, necking of a railroad every time I'm on the He's a fake and he doesn't know the territory. He's a music man.
He's a what? He's a what?
He's a music man and he sells clarinets to kids in the town with the big trombones and the rat-tat drums, big brass bass, big brass verse, and the piccolo, beautiful. And a big red stripe running.
Well, I don't know much about bands, but I do know you can't make a living selling big trombones. No, sir. Mandolin picks, perhaps. And here and there a juice hop.
No, the fella sells bands, boys bands. I don't know how he does it, but he lives like a king and he dallies and he gavels and he bucks and he shines. And when the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The Bible plays him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. When the man dances, certainly, boys, what else? The Bible pays him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He has another territory.
We crossed the state line into Iowa. We have a city population 2,212. Cigarettes illegal in this state. Boy!
All right, if you're all through, I'll tell you about Harold Hill. You really know Harold Hill? Never seen him in my life. But I know this much. He's given every one of us a black eye. After he's worked a town over, the next salesman to arrive automatically gets tarred and feathered and rode out to the city limits on a rail. You think that's funny? Well, just wait till it happens to you. Your hair never grows back.
Well, why should he get rode out of town on a rail?
Because in order to sell band instruments and uniforms and instruction books, he has to guarantee to teach kids to play.
Well?
And to form them kids into a band with himself as a leader. What's wrong with that? He don't know one note from another. That's what's wrong with that. And he can't tell a bass drum from a pipe organ. I'll catch up with that swindling two-bit thimble rigger, and when I do, I'll... Little Johnny, you're really bad! I'd sure like to be around when you catch up with that fella! Well, I won't be on this trip, not in Iowa. Even the great Professor Harold Hill wouldn't try to sell them neck-bone Hawkeyes out here!
Gentlemen, you intrigue me.
Run is right down the middle of the street.
Excuse me, friend. Where might I find a good hotel?
Try the Palmer House in Chicago.
Good morning, neighbor. I'm a stranger in your town. What do you folks do around here for fun?
Mind our business!
Professor Hill's the name, Harold Hill.
Oh. But Greg, what are you doing here? I
didn't know I was myself. Besides, how could I know you'd end up in a little tank town like this? You're a pretty big slicker when you're in business with me.
Too many close shaves the way you work. Besides, I got a nice, comfortable girl. Ethel Toffelmeyer, boss's niece.
John, legitimate, huh? I knew you'd come to no good.
What's the new pitch? You're not back in the band business. I heard you were in steam automobiles.
I was.
What happened?
Somebody actually invented one. Give me the lowdown here, Morris.
Well, you never get anywhere in the band business with these stubborn Iowans, Greg. Besides, we got a stuck-up music teacher here who will expose you before you get your grip unpacked.
Male or female?
Music teacher, she's the librarian.
Perfect. See, that's the by point around.
What are you, so how you gonna start the pitch?
By getting your town out of the serious trouble it's in.
River City isn't in any trouble.
Then I'll have to create some. What's new around here? What can I use?
Nothing. Except the billiard parlor just put in a new pool table.
Never had a pool table here before.
No, only billiards.
Don't forget, music teacher.
Music teacher.
Hi, you're Mr. Dillon. Yeah? Either you're closing your eyes to a situation you don't wish to acknowledge, or you're not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of a pool table in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friend. Right here, no trouble. Right here in River City, for sure. I'm a billiard player, certainly mighty proud to say, I'm always mighty proud to say it. I consider that the hours I spend with a cue in my hand are golden. They help to cultivate horse sense and a cool head and a keen eye. Did you ever take in trying even iron leaves to yourself from a 3-year-old billiard set? But just as I say, it takes judgment, brains, and maturity to score a ball-blind game. I say that any boo can take and shove a ball in a pocket, and I call that swab. The first big step on the road to the depths of degradation. First, it's a medicinal wine from a teaspoon, then beer from a bottle. And the next thing you know, your son is playing for money in a pitchfork suit. Well, listening to some out-of-town Jasper telling them all about horse race gambling. Not so wholesome trotteries, no, but a race where they sit down and ran on the horse. I can see some stuck-up jockey boys sitting on the damn catch, make the blood boil. Well, I should say. Now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets in the tape. Pockets that mark the difference between a gentleman and a bum with a capital B that rhymes with P that stands for pool. And all week long, your River City youth will be frittering away. Your young men will be frittering away. Their noontime, summertime, chore time too. Get the ball in the pocket, never mind getting dandelions pulled to the street or patch to the beach they counted. Never mind coming anyone and tea parents caught with a sister after a Saturday night match. Oh yeah, lots of trouble. I don't think about those kids in the knickerbocker shirt till young ones peeking in the pool hall window after school. You got trouble, folks, right here in River City. With a capital P that rhymes with P that stands for pool. Now, I know all you folks are the right kind of parents. I'm gonna be perfectly frank. Would you like to know what kind of conversation goes on while they're walking around that hall? That we try not B-ball, try not Q-bets, try not tailor-made like cigarette thieves. I go about how we gotta cover up a telltale breath with sense, and one fine night they leave the pool hall heading for the dance in the ornery libertine men, scarlet women, and ragtime, modern music that will drag your son and your daughter. Get up to the dance and see that pretty mess. Friends, the idle breeds the devil's playground. Trouble! Right here in River City! That rhymes with P, that stands for pool. That stands for pool. Where's all your trouble? Where's all your trouble? Right here! Gotta figure out a way to give the young ones moral after school. My children, going out soon. Mothers of River City, heed the warning before it's too late. Watch for the telltale signs of corruption. The moment your son leaves the house, does he rebuckle his knickerbockers below the knee? Is there a nicotine stain on his index finger? A dime novel hidden in a corn crib? Is he memorizing jokes out of Captain Billy's whiz bag? Certain words creeping into his conversation. Words like swell. So's your old man. And so, my friends, you've got trouble!
Children, gonna have trouble. Oh, we got trouble. Trouble. This is troubles too. Trouble. Oh, yes, we got trouble here. We got big trouble.
Excuse me, did you drop it?
Didn't I meet you?
No.
I will only be in town a short while.
Good.
That's you, daughter?
Yes, Mama. Keep on, Amaryllis. I'll be there in a minute. Hello, Mama. My dear, now your exercises?
Yes, ma'am.
Mama, a man with a suitcase has been following me all over town.
Oh, who?
I never saw him before.
Did he say anything?
He tried.
Did you say anything?
Mama, of course not. Hold on, Limerillus. Soldolare, me a little slower, and please keep the fingers curved as nice and high as you possibly can. Don't get faster, dear.
If you don't mind my saying so, it wouldn't have hurt you to find out what the gentleman wanted.
I know what the gentleman wanted.
What, dear?
You'll find it in Balzac.
Excuse me for living, but I never registered.
Neither has anyone else in this town.
There you go again with that same old comment about the low mentality of River City people. I'm taking it all too much to heart.
Now, Mama, as long as the Madison Public Library was entrusted to me for the purpose of improving River City's cultural level, I can't help my concern that the ladies of River City keep ignoring all my counsel and advice.
But darling, when a woman's got a husband and you've got none, why should she take advice from you? Even if you can't quote balls like a Shakespeare and all them other highfalutin Greeks.
Mama, if you don't, Mama, say it so you have a bad habit of changing every subject.
No, I haven't changed the subject. I was talking about that stranger.
What stranger?
With the suitcase who may be your very last chance.
How common master now, really, Mama? I have my standards where men are concerned, and I have no intention.
I know all about your standards, and if you don't mind my saying so, there's not a man alive who could hope to measure up to that blend of Paul Bunyan, St. Anthony Webster you've concocted for yourself out of your Irish imagination, your Iowa stubbornness, and your library full of books.
Well, if that isn't the best I ever heard.
Thank you. Can I have a drink, please?
May I have a drink?
May I have a drink, please?
Yes, dear.
Winthrop, it's after dark. Is that a way to walk into the house?
Hello.
That won't do at all. I'll have a kiss from my boy. The lady over there is your sister, young man.
Hello, Winthrop.
Winthrop, where's your manners?
I'm having a party on Saturday. Will you please come? I would especially like it very much if you'd come. Winthrop?
Well, Winthrop, Amaryllis asked you to her party. Are you going or aren't you?
No!
No what?
No, thank you.
You know the little girl's name.
He won't say Amaryllis because of the S. Because of his lisp. He's ashamed.
We know all about his lisp, Amaryllis. Well, Winthrop,
I'll bet he won't say it. No, thank you, Amaryllis. Amaryllis! Amaryllis! He's crying. Why does he get so mad at people? Just because he lisps?
It's not only because he lisps, dear, that's just part of it, Amaryllis.
What's the other part?
Never mind, dear. It's just that he never talks very much.
Not even to you or your mother?
No, dear, we all have to be a little patient.
I'm patient, even though he doesn't ever talk to me. But I do him. Every night, I say goodnight to him on the evening star. You have to do it the very second you see it too, or it doesn't count. Good night, my Winthrop. Good night. Sleep tight.
Darling, don't cry. You have lots of time. If not Winthrop, there'll be someone else.
Never. I'll
my someone. You put the name in when the right someone comes along.
All right, it's better than nothing.
Yes, it is. Now you can play your crosshand piece.
Now I may play my crosshand piece.
Good night, my someone. Good night, my love. Sleep tight, my someone. Sleep tight, my love. Our star is shining its brightest light. For good night, my love. For good night. Sweet dreams be yours, dear. If dreams there be, sweet dreams to carry you close to me. I wish they would, and I wish they might. Now good night, my someone, good night. True love can be whispered from heart to heart. When lovers are parted, they say. But I must depend on a wish and a scar, as long as my heart doesn't know who you are. Sweet dreams be yours, dear, if dreams there be. Sweet dreams to carry you close to me. I wish they would, and I wish they might. Now good night, my someone, good night.
Our fine piano player. As mayor of River City, I welcome you River citizens to the 4th of July exercises. 4-7. The Ames fireworks spectacle
last days of Pompeii will take place, providing the rain stops by 9:30.
How can it be raining? Didn't the Gazette predict fair?
Yeah, sure did, Ewart. That's why we all prepared for a storm.
Our Gazette is accurate most of the time, and you know it, JC.
You wouldn't last very long in the banking business, being accurate most of the time!
Fourscore-and-7. The members of the school board will now present a patriotic tableau. Oh, the members of the school board will not present a patriotic tableau. Instead, the Shin family will present a spectacle, my wife. A spectacle in which my wife, Eulalie McKechnie Shin, will take a leading part.
Who shot that cracker?
Tommy Judas did it. Tommy Judas did it. I saw him behind the scenes.
Mrs. Shin will recover. No thanks to a certain young ruffian who is a disgrace to our city. Fourscore.
We heard there's a pool table in town.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Is it a pool table or isn't it?
Allow me to get on with the exercises.
Let's protect our children.
Let's protect our children!
Resist sin and corruption.
Resist sin and corruption.
Attention, please. I can deal with this trouble, friends, with a wave of my hand, this very hand. Please, observe me if you will. I'm Professor Harold Hill, and I'm here to organize the River City Boys' Faith. Oh, think, my friends, how can any pool table ever hope to compete with a gold trombone? Remember, my friends, what a handful of trumpet players did to the famous fabled walls of Jericho? A million parlor walls come tumbling down. Oh, a band will do it, my friends. Oh, yes. I mean a boys' band. Do you hear me? I said River City's gotta have a boys' band, and I mean she needs it today. Professor Harold Hill's on hand, and River City's gonna have a boys' band. As sure as the Lord made little green apples, and that band is gonna be in uniform. Johnny, Willie, Teddy, Fred, and you'll see the glitter of crashing cymbals. You'll hear that thunder of rolling drums and that shimmer of trumpets. Ta-ta-da! And you'll feel something akin to the electric thrill I once enjoyed when Gilmore, Vivarati, Pat Conway, the great creator, W.C. Handy, and John Philip Sousa all came to town on that very same historic day. 76 trombones led the big parade, with 110 cornets are close at hand. They were followed by rows and rows of the finest virtuosos, the cream of every famous band. 76 trombones called the morning sun, with 110 cornets right behind. There were more than 1,000 reeds ringing up like reeds. There were horns of every shape and kind. There were copper, bottom, timpani, and horse platoon. Yes, thundering all along the way. Tom of all your podiums and big bassoons. Each bassoon on his big fat say. There were 50-pound cannon in a battery. Thundering, all of them before. Baronets and deputized and trumpeters could improvise. All of them higher than the
This calls for emergency action. That man is a spellbinder. I want his credentials.
Come back here.
I grabbed that hoodlum. He almost blew up his shin.
Face Professor Ringleader, you know.
Let me go.
Ya wild kid, ya. Tagging down Main Street after my oldest girl that Sunday.
I wasn't either tagging.
Don't you contradict me.
We was just walking together. Cheerly Clyde.
You watch your phraseology. I know what you was doing, my little Gracie Senior. Now you stay away from my oldest girl, or you'll hear from me till who laid the rails. Hell, I will talk to you Monday morning about this band thing over City Hall, 10 o'clock sharp. And I want that spellbinder's credentials.
Constable, I'll be responsible for the boy.
But you don't know this kid. He's tough.
Oh, I'll be careful. Hey, Tom, I'd like to talk to you about the band.
It's for the little kids.
You're mechanically minded, aren't you? Ever do anything with perpetual motion?
Nearly had it a couple times.
Yeah, you're my man. Do you realize nobody's ever invented a music holder for a marching piccolo player? No place to hang the music.
Cheerly Clyde.
I'll show you how to take care of this. Oh, young lady, oh, miss, sir, what's your name?
Zanita, I didn't have any idea you was beckoning to me. God.
Do you know Tommy G?
Well,
Tommy, this is Zanita. Escort the young lady home.
Only accepting I'm not going home. I have to go to the library. God.
And escort the young lady home by way of the library, by way of the candy kitchen.
Yes, sir. Do I have to?
You have to.
Yes, sir.
Professor, you're a pretty bright fella, but you made a couple of mistakes.
Oh.
The mayor happens to own the billiard parlor and that new pool table.
Oh. What was my other mistake?
That's Anita. She's the mayor's oldest girl.
Just a minute, Professor Hill.
We're the school board.
We'd like to have your credentials.
Nothing of the kind. We need letters and paper.
That's what I said. We need his credentials,
Oh, man, what am I hearing? Say, ice cream.
Ice cream, but I don't sing, young man.
All right, just talk then. Just down here.
Ice cream.
Talk slow.
Ice
Singing is only sustained talking. Now
ice cream.
Now you right here.
Ice cream.
Now you, sir.
Ice cream!
Ice cream. Ice cream. Ice cream.
Can there be
Any sin insincere? Where is that good and good? Your apprehensions confuse me, dear. Puzzle and mystify, tell me what can be fair in fair. While one single star shines out, how can there be any sin insincere? Aren't we sincerely in love? Oh, we're
Mr. Hill.
Professor Hill.
Professor of what? At what college do they give a degree for annoying women on the street like a Saturday night rowdy at a public dance hall?
I wouldn't know about that. I'm a conservatory man myself. Gary, Indiana, gold medal class of art 5.
Even should that happen to be true, it gives you the right to follow me around wherever I go. Mr. Hill. I am not as easily hoodwinked as some of the people in this town, and I think it only fair to warn you that I have a shelf full of reference books that may very well give me some interesting information about you. Good day.
Hey, Gregory.
Don't call me Gregory.
How'd you make out with the music teacher?
Scrumptious. Ate out of my hand the minute I tipped my hat.
She did. Boy, did you cut a swab last night. For a minute, even I thought you knew something about leading a band. Just like when you used to imitate that band concert fella back in Joplin.
Oh, kid stuff. I'm in rare form these days, son. Just you keep your eyes on me for the next 4 weeks.
4 weeks? It used to only take 10 days for the instruments to arrive.
But it takes 4 weeks for the uniforms.
Oh, no, Greg, you haven't added uniforms!
Uniforms and instruction books.
Instruction books? But you can't pass yourself off as a music professor. I mean, not for any 4 weeks. You don't know one note from another.
I have a revolutionary new method called the think system, where you don't bother with notes.
But in 4 weeks, the people are going to want to hear the music. You're going to have to lead a band.
But when the uniforms arrive, they forget everything else, at least long enough for me to collect and leave. Oh, this is a refined operation, son, and I've got it timed right down to the last wave of the brakeman's hand on the last train out of town. And now, Mr. Washburn, if you'll excuse me.
You're going to line yourself up a little canoodling. Well, I can fix you up with that little sister. Nice girl teaches Sunday school.
Oh, God. Wide-eyed, eager, innocent, wholesome Sunday school teacher. I mean, that kind of girl spins webs, no spider. No. Listen, boy. A girl who trades on all that purity merely wants to trade my independence for her security. The only affirmative she will file refers her marching down the aisle. No golden, glorious, gleaming, pristine goddess. No, oh no, Diana, I don't wait for it. I can say that right now. I snarl, I hiss, like an ignorant pig, I bear the bliss. I spark, I piss, for the lady who knows what time it is. I cheer, I rave, for the virtue I'm too late to save. Sadder but wiser girl for me. No bright-eyed blushing freckles made no bed. No turban gal, task no sailor ever. I prefer to take a chance on a more adult romance. Don't do the young miss who keeps resisting. All that time she keeps insisting. No wide-eyed, wholesome, innocent female. No, oh, she's the fisherman, I'm the fish you see. I catch whoop, I shout when the lads with a delicate air goes by. I smile, I grin when the gal with a touch of sin walks in. I shout, and west for the lady with the bitter past. Sadder than wiser girls out there for me. The sadder than wiser girl for me. No darling, adorable cherubian chickadee.
No, sir!
Not for me. Y'all waking in the coop some morning to a cackle, no rooster ever. I select a little more forever mine, forever true, but temporarily. The Ringo always goes away. Come again some other day. No wide-eyed, eager, wholesome, innocent female. Her victims fall like apples from a tree. I flinch, I shine, I smile, I grin. I hope, I pray for Hester to win just one more race. That's sad about wiser girls that care for me. That's sad about wiser girls for me.
not say. Oh no, I could not say at this time. My husband will wish to investigate, I'm sure, and naturally, I'm reticent. Oh yes! I'm reticent.
Oh, of course, Mrs. Shin, I understand, but you see, part of my music plans includes a committee on the dance. And, oh, wait, oh, do that again, Mrs. Shin. Your foot, the way you raised it just now.
Oh, well, I have a bunion there.
What grace.
Mr. Hill.
What natural flow of rhythm.
Mr. Hill.
Oh, what expression of line and movement.
Mr. Hill.
You must accept the chairmanship of the Ladies' Auxiliary for the Classic Dance. Mustn't you, ladies? Every move you make bespeaks tells sorry.
Really?
Will you? Say yes, Mrs. Shin.
Oh, well, that is dancing.
May you accept?
Yes, indeed. And I would like to say...
Thank you. Now, a nice lady who teaches piano, Marian, Peru, I believe. Yeah, after all, she is a librarian.
Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, tick, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, tick, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, tick, 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 talk a lot, pick a little more. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, tick, 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 tick.
Professor, her kind of woman doesn't belong on any committee. Of course, I shouldn't tell you this, but she advocates dirty books.
Dirty books.
Chaucer!
Jamboree!
Balls!
And the worst thing is, of course, I shouldn't tell you this.
I tell!
Pick a little, talk a little, let me tell.
I'll tell. She made brazen overtures to a man who never had a friend in this town until she came here, old Miser Madison.
Miser Madison. Madison Gymnasium, Madison Picnic Park, Madison Hospital, that Miser Madison.
Exactly! Who do you think he was anyway?
Well, I should say, show off. He gave the town the library too, didn't he?
Oh, that's just it. When he died, he left the library building to the city.
But he left all the books to her.
She was seen going and coming from his place.
Oh, yes. That woman made brazen overtures. With a gilt-edged guarantee, and a golden glint in her eye, and a silver voice with a counterfeit ring. Just built herself, and you'll reveal a lump of lead as cold as steel. Here, your woman's heart.
He left River City, the library building, but he left all the books to her.
Chaucer!
Jamboree!
Balls!
right, I know everything, and it doesn't make any difference.
What are you talking
You're
about?
probably very young. Anyone can make a mistake.
What?
No apologies, no explanations, please. I'll only be in town in a short while, and the sad but wise a girl for
Will
me.
you please make your selection and leave?
I have.
Well, what would you like to take out?
The librarian.
Quiet, please.
Marian, you're not listening. Marian Marble, 60 Elites, 8 Aggies, a dozen Pee-wees, and 1 big Lassie with an American flag in the middle. I think I'll drop them.
No!
Madam Librarian. What can I do, my dear, to catch your ear? I love you, madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, heaven help us if the library caught a fire, and the volunteer old brigade men had to whisper the news to Marian. Madam Librarian. What can I say, my dear, to make it clear? I need you badly, badly, Madam Librarian. Marian, if I stumble and I bust my whatchamacallit, I can lie down for unnoticed. My body has turned to Madam Librarian. Now in the moonlight, a man could sing it. In the moonlight. Oh, what are you reading? It's not pictures, lesson 1. And a fellow would know that he's hard. We were to be strong with the moonlight. Love me along. But when I cry in here to tell you, dear, I love you madly, madly, Madam Librarian. Marian, a long lost cause I could never win. On the civilized world accepts a double sin. Then he told me about with a librarian. Such a Madam Librarian. Try to read over here, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, save it. Oh, Marian, look at this. Oh, yes. Votes for everybody. There we go. Everybody's reading. Yay!
very noisy up here.
Oh, Mary, way too close. Not in the library.
Oh, when I drive in here to tell you, dear, I love you madly, madly, kind of librarian. Marian, tell all lost cause I can never win. So I will accept this unforgivable sin. And he took it along with any other.
Marshmallows.
Just a minute here. Are you soliciting? You haven't got a license.
Why, no, Mayor.
Soliciting is statutory in this county. Malfeasance without a permit. Why haven't you been down to City Hall with your credentials?
Mr. Mayor, your hand. Oh, no. What? That spread with the little finger, it's hereditary.
Oh, it is. What does that mean?
It means that your son's little finger is perfectly situated to operate the spit valve on a B-flat flugelhorn.
Is that good?
Good. It means America has finally produced an artist that can flugel the minute waltz in 50 seconds.
How could I get one of those horns?
Sign right here, Mr. Mayor. That'll be $17 in Broadway.
Yes, sir. Just think, I could have missed this whole... I haven't got any son. You unscrupulous flew-by-night. You unflightless. You be down to City Hall with your by-God papers at 3 o'clock.
You mean this afternoon?
I couldn't make myself any plainer if I was a Quaker on his day off.
Mrs. Brew, do you realize you have the facial characteristics of a cornet virtuoso?
I don't know if I understand you entirely, Professor.
If your boy has that same firm chin and those splendid cheek muscles, by George, I mean, not that he could ever be really great.
Oh, that's so. And in the name of St. Bridget, why not?
You see, all the really great cornet players were Irish. Oh, Clark. Oh, Mendez. Klein. Oh.
But, Professor, we are Irish.
No. Oh, that clinches inside here, Mrs. Brew. Your boy was born to play the cornet. Fine. That'll be $7 earnest money. Nothing more due until first installment payable at opening of band practice. Thank you. And, of course, I need the boy's measurements for his band uniform.
His uniform!
Hello, son. Why, certainly his uniform, and not a penny due till delivery, which gives him 4 weeks to enjoy, to anticipate, to imagine at no cost, whatever. Never allow the demands of tomorrow to interfere with the pleasures and excitement of today.
Why, Professor, that's lovely.
Would it have
A stripe? Certainly, my boy. A wide red stripe on each side. What do you think of that?
You'll have to excuse Winthrop, Professor. We can't get him to say 3 words a day, even to us. And if you get him to play in the band, you'll have St. Michael's own way with you. But if anybody can do it, I bet you can. Out of a crowd, I'll pick you for a hat-carrying, clay-pipe-smoking, shamrock-wearing, harp-playing, mavourning-pinching Irishman. It can't be cheapers. Where are you from, me boy?
Gary, Indiana.
I knew it. Where did you say?
Gary, Indiana. In fact, Gary Conservatory was my alma mater.
Was she now?
Oh, yes, go middle class of odd 5. Oh, how do you do, Miss Peru?
How to do, Mr. Hill?
Of course, Peru. I thought the name sounded familiar. I've tried to see you since the other night.
He wants to put Winthrop in the
You're
band.
not interested, Mama.
But Marian, the boy might have his father's musical gift.
Oh, your husband musical.
We're not interested.
Marian.
Well, that's 1 for and 1 against. Now, why not let the boy's father
The
decide?
boy's father is dead. Anything else?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's all the more reason why your brother should have something like this.
My brother doesn't understand why his father was taken away. Would you care to explain it to him? He's been brooding about it for 2 years. As to your musical tricks, why don't you go into business with some nice carnival man who sells gold-painted watches and glass diamond rings?
I get the feeling she likes the idea. A little cautious, perhaps. I admire that in a woman. No, just keep me alive. I'll be back later in the week.
Professor, I do hope you'll excuse Marian. She's not really...
Don't worry about it. I'm sure that at heart she's as lovely as yourself. At heart. Good day to you, Peru.
Has he gone?
He has! And I hope not forever. Darling, don't you ever think of your future? Gary, Indiana, conservation class of odd 5. Now, darling.
Now, Mama, surely a girl's future doesn't depend on encouraging every fast-talking, self-centered, woman-chasing traveling man who comes to town. And the fact that he claims his commodity is music does not, in this particular case, impress me.
All right, darling. All right. Only it's a well-known principle that if you keep the flint in one drawer and the steel in another, you never strike much of a fire.
Mama!
Just saying, dear.
Winthrop! Winthrop, I know you're there. Will you please go to the library and ask Miss Grubb to give you the book that I set aside? It's the Indiana State Educational Journal, 1890 to 1910. It's a large brown volume with black corners.
Do I have to?
You don't have to talk to anyone. I've written it all down. Thank you, dear.
Now, what are you up to?
I have a feeling the Indiana Journal may help me poke some large holes in the professor's claims.
Well, I give up. At your age, if you don't mind me asking, what kind of a white knight do you expect to come waiting now?
Well, I'm not waiting for Luther Greiner, who backs me into the ancient history shelf every time he comes into the library.
He does?
Or Ed Gamage and that buggy of his with the removable back seat.
Oh!
But I'm not waiting for a knight in shiny white armor either. All I want is a plain man. An honest man, a quiet man, a straightforward and honest man with habits that do not exclude the occasional reading of a book I do not yearn for, nor do I await any handsome hand-kissing wine, tasting soap pillow hookah smoker.
But darling!
No world traveler, in fact, or fancy, no show-off, no clothes horse. He need not necessarily be in uniform.
I know, dear.
I await no clean-cut, weather-beaten square egg, white duck pants and tennis shoes. No plumed hat, no splendid insignia, no loose elk, eagle, oddfellows, National Guardsman, fire chief or Highlander. Maybe from the Arabian Nights or the Footbridge for a legion. No Lothario shoe salesman, no band leader, no railroad conductor, or any other charmer, either of me or of anybody else.
Are you finished?
No. Chautauqua advance agent, no pavilion, no depot telegrapher. I'm not dazzled over any such a kind of fascinating flame.
I'll be inside when you come to your senses.
All I want is a plain man, a modest man, a quiet man, a straightforward and honest man to sit with me in a cottage somewhere in the state of Iowa and listen with a smile to a poem or a song that is neither a 5-line limerick about St. Peter and a man from Duluth or a sing-song lament of a purple cow, and not every day but just occasionally we could walk down by the meadow in the twilight sprinkled dew. My white knight can be blacksmith, well digger, clerk, or king. All I want is a plain man, a modest man, a quiet man, a straightforward and honest man with habits that do not necessarily include that chewing of snuff or exploding root beer in my cellar every June. And I would like him to be more interested in me than he is in himself. wonder what makes Shakespeare and Beethoven great. Can I love till I die? Can I love till I die? My white knight, not a Lancelot, nor an angel with wings, just someone to love me, who is not ashamed of a few nice things. My white knight, let me walk with him where the others ride by. Walk and love him till I die. Till I
Sunita! Hey, Sunita!
Tommy, Papa, and Mama are right over there, my gods.
I only want to show you my invention.
What invention?
My music holder for a marching piccolo player. It still has a couple of minor flaws. See, when you keep it tight enough to hold the music steady, you cut off the circulation and you can't wiggle your fingers. Meanwhile, you could go blind.
Tommy, it's Papa.
Is that the first thing I said or not?
Yes, George.
Yes, the very first thing I said, or I'll eat hay with the horse. Get that spellbinder's credentials, I said. And now look, my wife is off dancing at any and all hours instead of in the home.
George!
The school board is singing up street and down alley. My oldest girl is boodling around with some wild kid. And because of that professor, my business has fallen off so far, I can't find the balance sheet.
Mayor Shin, I found something very interesting in this book about Professor Hill's alma mater.
Is who?
His university.
I know all about that. In fact, that is the only thing I can ever get out of him. Gary Conservatory, class of '05.
If you'll just take time to read a little bit about the conservatory, I don't think you'll have to look further. It's on page.
Papa, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming off of the depot.
The Wells Fargo wagon?
It could be the band instruments.
The band instruments?
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. Oh, please let it be for me. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. I wish I knew what it could be.
I got a box of maple sugar on my birthday. In March I got a gray Latino.
And once I got some grapefruit from Tampa. But the reward sent me a bathtub and a cross-cut song.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down. Is it a prepaid surprise or COD?
It could be curtain partition or a double corner.
Or it could be. Yes, it could be. Yes, you're right. It should. It could be something special. Something very, very special now, just for me. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. Oh, don't let it pass my door. Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming down the street. I wish I knew what he was coming for.
I got some salmon from Seattle last September.
And I expect a new rocking chair. I hope I get my raising to breakfast.
And the AR has sent a cannon for the courthouse there.
Oh, the Wells Fargo wagon is coming now. I don't know how I can ever reach it. It could be something for someone who is not related, but it could be.
Yes, it could be. Yes, you're right. It should. It could be something very, very special now.
Just for me. Thanks, Professor.
Men, you'll each receive individual instruction in due course. In the meantime, stay off the streets, get acquainted with your instruments, and think about the minuet in G. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da.
La-di-da.
Yes.
La-di-da. Professor, it is not funny song. We'll sing our song. You're gonna sing it. We'll funny song. We'll sing. Oh, Professor.
Round one for you, Mr. Hill. But I'd better hear some bicot tooting out of them horns in pretty short order, or I will see you in front of the grand jury over at the county seat. Now, Miss Marian, about that book.
Come, George. Tempus fugit.
You watch your phraseology. Get along if you want to. I have got to get something from the librarian. About that book.
The Ladies' Dance Committee meets Tuesday nights at the high school.
Oh, lovely ladies, lovely. Now, turn. Turn. Yes, take the body with you. Take the body with you. Take the body with you. Oh, beautiful. Now, in preparation for next week's ice cream sociable, let's have a go at our Grecian urns. Oh, and remember, ladies, don't make me tell you again, always keep your face to the audience. One Grecian urn. 2 Grecian urns. And a fountain. Trickle, 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 trickle. For a time of the 5 more minutes.
Starter up, Mr. Washburn. Wait till you see the new steps Professor Hill taught us.
All right, what'll it be?
The Shaboopy!
Well, a fellow who goes on his very first date is usually shy and fretful, and a fellow who tries for more than a kiss will end the night regretful. But a fellow who waits for his girl to say when, and in the clouds shout again, he's the guy she'll date again. He's a Shaboopy, 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 Shaboopy. Shaboopy, Shaboopy, Shaboopy.
To pass the ladies' test.
Peter, I'll just raise the curtain. Talk to her, I'll just make for certain. If her goes from a flower gun, she'll never be gone in the bag of money.
Do re mi fa sol la si do, si do.
Some gal's a teacher who's telling that thing in town. I carried her on for the creature, now she's wedding bells. He's a once, and she's good looking, it's gonna squeeze back. Fancy cooking, hold her hand for a bad brother. She'll never be mad on the way to some more.
Do re mi fa sol la si do, si do.
Shaboopy, Shaboopy, Shaboopy.
The boy is speaking nice.
Shaboopy, Shaboopy, Shaboopy.
Teach me how to be right.
Come
Your daughter and I are going steady behind your back.
Why, you...
We'd rather do it in front of your back, but...
Do what? Never mind.
Sanita's scared of you. Now, you should think you'd hate to have your own daughter scared of you. Geely Clyde.
If I ever catch you touching my daughter, I will by God horsewhip you till hell won't have it again.
No, George.
Just won't poof out of you, madam.
I think he means peep.
Yes, and now get out of this public building.
I got as much right in a public building as anybody.
Right? How do you get any right around here? aiding and abetting the swindling activities of this spellbinding symbol salesman? You know what I see written all over you? Reform school. Now get out, you wild kid.
Papa, please! It's truculents like you who make blood in the marketplace, you gods!
You watch your phraseology, young woman. Go home. You lady,
George!
you tend to your dance.
My dance is... so...
I will handle Zanita, taken up with wild kids from the wrong side of town.
Mr. Mayor, if I could just make you understand.
Well, you can't. And by the way, thanks for nothing. I read that book you gave me from cover to cover for a whole week now and didn't find a thing.
Mr. Mayor, if you please.
I will settle your hash as soon as I get these premises off my oldest girl. Yes!
All right, but in the meantime, I want you to know I'm vouching for Tommy Giles. That boy's got the confidence of every kid in town. You'll be standing in line waiting to shake his hand by the time our band plays its first concert.
By the time your band plays its first concert, the individual members will have to foregather in wheelchairs on account of the broken legs they'll get from tripping over their beards. I will tell you something, my fine young feathered young... Never mind! Oliver, Tracy, you and Nolan, I want this man's references. I want them tonight. Don't let him out of your sight. He is slipperier than a Mississippi sturgeon.
You need? You want us?
Get his papers or get him in jail. I couldn't make myself any clearer if I saw a button hook in the well water.
What's a button hook in the well water?
Professor Hill, I think Mayor Shin has behaved abominably, and I think it was wonderful of you coming to Tommy's defense.
Oh, that was nothing.
Yes, it was.
No. A man can't dodge the issue every time a little personal risk is involved. What does the poet say? The coward dies 1,000 deaths. The brave man, only 500. Unfortunately, of course, the mayor was already pretty mad on account of his billiard parlor. Now, I suppose a recommendation from a musical authority like yourself would help, but couldn't think of asking you to do a thing like that.
Why, Professor Hill?
You would?
I'd be glad to. I just wish that I was a little better informed. I've been wanting to talk to you about Winthrop's cornet.
His cornet, mother of pearl kid.
Yes, I'm sure it's fine. It's just he never touches it. In the first week or so, he made a few experimental blats, I guess you'd say?
Yes, blats, yeah.
And he sings the minuet in G almost constantly, but he never touches the cornet.
Well,
He says you told him it wasn't necessary. If
Well-
he thinks the minuet in G, he doesn't have to bother with the notes. Now, Professor.
Miss Marian, the thing system is a revolutionary method, I'll admit. So was Galileo's conception of the heavens, Columbus's conception of the egg, that globe, Bach's conception of the well-tempered clavichord. Now, I cannot discuss this with you here in public. But if you'll allow me to call, when may I call?
Why, any night this week?
Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, ching, ching, ching. Talk a lot, pick a little, man. Pick a little, talk a little, pick a little, talk a little, ching, ching, ching.
Miss Burrow, won't you please join our Del Sarge committee?
You are so dear tonight. Dancing vision would be with Professor Hill.
You dance like a fairy princess. With a ching, ching, ching for your floor. Got a golden sugar in your hair and silver ching, ching, for all to see. We hope that you will now unfold and make it hard to pure as gold. Here, where a woman's heart she beats.
The professor told us to read those books, and we simply adore them all. Shake a little turn. Yeah, I can be
We've all been deputized.
Yes, congratulations. All right, let's, all week I have tried to give you fellows my references and credentials, but every time you seem to get off the subject somehow. I am just what you want up in my hotel room. Take me a sec.
Sorry, afraid we're going to have to go along with you.
Oh, yes, all right. Well, let's see if I have my key. What's this? Oh, it's a testimonial from Madame Reedy, the only female bassoon player ever to appear on the Red Pass circuit. Ooh. Her stage name, of course, actually. She was from Moline, Lida Rose Quackenbush.
Could I see that for a minute?
Oh, you'll never forget the name, Lida Rose, same as the old song. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose, to get the sun back in the sky. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose, about 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong ding, I can hear the chapel bell chime. Ding dong ding, at the least suggestion, I'll pop the question. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Lida Rose, now everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same. So here is my love song, not fancy or fine. Lida Rose, oh, won't you be mine? Lida Rose, oh, Lida Rose, oh, Lida Rose. Lida Rose, I'm home again, Rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Lida Rose, now everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same. So here is my love song, not fancy or fine. Lida Rose, oh,
won't you ever tell him, ah, yes, ah, no, ah, fiddlesticks. Just open your mouth and let it come out.
Now, Mama!
Now, look, if he ever comes to call again, you see him alone. And if you haven't the gumption to tell him how you feel...
Tell him!
Well, there's nothing wrong with a ladylike hint.
Mama!
Winthrop, where have you been?
Been
fishing.
With Harold.
We need Professor Hill.
Mrs. Peru, the top of the year.
And look, I filled some Merc Flat.
Did you have a good time?
Scrumptious.
Gracias. He took me up his hometown, Gary, Indiana. And he said he'd take me there someday. And he told me I told her Lenny everything. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana. Let me say it once again. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana. That's the town that knew me when. If you'd like to have electrical
Indiana, Paris, France, New York, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home.
If you'd like to have electrical explanation, I'll have an honest, elegant syncopation. I will say without a moment of hesitation, Gary just lovely, that could make my face. Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Louisiana, Paris, France, New York, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, Gary, Indiana, my home sweet home.
So on, Winthrop. Ladies.
Bye, Professor Hill. Ooh, I'll be back in a minute. And so Morales, my live frog.
Oh, read the dishes, I'll do them, Mom.
Don't you have to change for the social?
There's time later.
Shins live around here someplace.
The Shin home was on East Elm, Mrs. West Elm.
Oh, criminy. I see the piano teacher in town. You must know about this fella Hill, forming a boys' band here.
Yes.
Well, don't let it worry you no more. I got the goods on him in spades. That's why I've got to see Mayor Shin. I'm just passing through. Number 8 only makes a 15-minute water stop. Wish it was 20, but sure like to concentrate 5 minutes on you.
Who are you?
Name's Charlie Cowell, Anvil salesman. But just now, I'm out to protect the good name of the traveling fraternity from these swindlers.
Mr. Cowell, you're making a big mistake.
That fella's been the raspberry seed in my wisdom tooth just long enough. He spoiled Illinois for me, and he ain't gonna spoil Iowa. Hey, what kind of music teacher are you anyway? You didn't see through it. You told me, Professor,
Well,
you're
not
not.
that. Band leaders are always called Professor. It's a harmless deception. He's a fine director, and his scholastic...
Now, wait a minute, a fine director. Have you heard one note of music from any
If
band?
you'll just listen to me for a minute.
I'd like to do more than that if I had the time, but I got to get back on that train, and I got to leave this dynamite with somebody on the way to the depot. I'll, see you next time, Drew.
You'll never make that train at the depot. You'll have to catch it at the crossing.
No, sir, I've got to leave word, and I can see you at the one to leave it with.
Well, just a minute, Mr. Cowell. You don't know me yet.
Is that an invitation?
Well, I just have never met a man who sells anvils. It's so different.
Takes a real salesman.
No.
Anvils have a limited appeal, you know. What am I doing? I missed that train. I get fired. I got to leave word about that fella, Hill.
You just leave word with me.
Not on your tin type. How do I know you deliver these letters? Oh.
There's your train. Now run for it.
What? Double dealing? Who do you think you're protecting? He's never formed a band in his life. He never will. That guy's got a girl in every county in Illinois. And he's taking it away from every one of them. And that's 102 counties. And that's not counting the piano teachers like you that he cozies up to just to keep their mouths shut. Neither one of you's heard the last of me yet, girly girl.
Without a sweetheart tonight.
Oh.
Good evening, Miss Marian. Everyone knows that I'm hoping you're the same.
Dear, who are you talking to?
Mrs. Brew, Miss Marian.
You two come up and sit. I've got some jelly on the stove.
There's no jelly on the stove, Mama.
Well, I'll put some on.
Shall we set as your mother said? You did ask me to call.
I didn't mean anything.
Oh, Miss Marian, I'm Not suggesting your invitation inferred anything but academic enlightenment. The think system, I've been by your house to try to explain it to you a time or two this week, but there always seem to be other people around, mostly ladies, I thought.
Yes, Mrs. Spires and several of the ladies.
Well, I don't want anybody beating my time. Well, it's evidently not a convenient night. I'll see you at the sociable later.
Professor Hill, is it true that you've had 100? What I'm trying to say is,
yes?
Is it really true that you've developed a think system?
What? A think system? Oh. Think system, yes. It's really very simple. Well, it's as simple as whistling. Nobody has to show you how to use your lips and listening. You only have to think it to have it come out clearly here. Now, just try this yourself before you ask any questions.
I take your word.
Can we sit
Are
down?
all music teachers as dense as I am?
All music
I dare
teachers?
say you must meet dozens, even 100.
Well,
Have they all been as fascinated as I have with the think system?
Some more, some less. Oh, one young lady thought up the same system. Before I got to her town, she showed me a few refinements.
I see.
I said something wrong.
Professor Hill, please don't let me keep you. I'm sure you have many more important things to do than to explain the think system to me.
Can't think of one.
And I must be very dull company for a man of your experience.
Oh, shit. Where'd you get an idea like that?
One hears rumors of traveling salesmen.
Oh, Marian, you mustn't believe everything you hear. After all, one even hears rumors about librarians.
I suppose you're referring to Uncle Matty. Mr. Madison, my father's best friend. No matter what they say, he left me an assured job so that Mother and Winthrop and I would have some security. Surely you don't believe that?
No, that's exactly what I'm saying. Why do you think people start those rumors?
Narrow-mindedness, jealousy mostly, I guess.
Exactly, and jealousy mostly starts rumors about traveling salesmen. What have you heard?
Oh, nothing about you personally, just generally.
What have you heard, Jim?
Just that. But of course, it stands to reason that disappointment and jealousy could lead to, well, take you for instance, your attentions to customers and, well, teachers might easily be misinterpreted, mightn't they? I mean, honestly, mightn't they?
Why?
If another salesman or somebody were jealous, you know, they could be telling lies, couldn't they?
What could?
Rumors and things!
Why, of course!
So it just proves that you should never believe everything that you hear, doesn't it? If you discuss things.
Miss Marian, I would be delighted to discuss anything in the world with you. Couldn't we do it sitting down? You do sit. Your knees bend and all?
Sit on the porch steps.
We could also sit in a large hollow log over the footbridge.
I couldn't think of it. I've never been to the footbridge with a man in my life.
Just to talk.
I have to dress for the sociable.
Then meet me there in 15
I
minutes.
just can't, please. Some other time, maybe tomorrow.
My dear little library. Pile up enough tomorrows and you'll find you've collected nothing but a lot of empty yesterdays. I don't know about you, but I'd like to make today worth remembering.
So,
The footbridge, 15 minutes.
I've been using the pig system on you from the parlor.
Here's most of the dough. I got Tommy to collect.
All right, Marsh, go get the rig.
You got it?
Oh, what time is the freight go?
9:40 from the junction.
It's not even 8:30 yet.
Look, if you want to turtle whirl around, get yourself caught in a bunny trap, go ahead.
Don't worry, Marsh, I'll need you plenty of time. Hey. Oh, Miss Marian, you're late.
But you said 15 minutes.
What I meant was, well, it took you all this time to get to the footbridge with the fellow.
If you want to know the truth, it was almost longer.
Oh?
Halfway here, I nearly turned back. I suppose I'm not the first to find it easier to think clearly when I'm under the spell of your salesmanship.
Now, Miss Marian, surely you don't think I've been selling you anything?
No, you've given me something. That's why I decided to come.
I don't recall giving you
Yes, you have. Something beautiful. That's why I came, and I'm glad. Please don't be afraid that I expect too much more. One can't expect a traveling salesman to stay put. I know there have been many ports of call, and there will be many more. But that's no reason for me not to be grateful for what you will have left behind for me. There were bells on the hill. I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at all till there was you. There were birds in the sky, but I never saw them clinging. No, I never saw them at all till there was you. And there was music
Excuse me, I'm expecting a cable from Hector Rodeos. This must be it.
Who's the salesman here? Sounds like she's selling and you're buying.
Well, I gave her off balance.
Well, she's so far off balance now you can't tell her from a catboat in a hurricane.
I'm not resigning without my commission. I'll beat it. Go get the ring.
Never a peaceful moment in the music business. No. Where were we?
You're about to tell me what I don't know about you.
Yeah. Well, we really don't have to get into that just now.
No, we don't. Or ever. For that matter, Harold, the librarian, hasn't felt much like doing research lately, but she did plenty when you first came here.
Oh, about what?
About Professor Harold Hill, Gary Conservatory of Music, gold medal class of '05. Harold, there was no Gary Conservatory in '05.
Why, there certainly was.
No, because the town wasn't even built till '06. I'll see you at the social moment.
You knew all the time?
Since July 7th, 3 days after you came. I tore this page out of the Indiana Journal. It was originally intended to use against you, but now I give it to you. With all my heart.
But if you knew, why didn't you?
As a one and only base, and I own pawn up and down the square.
Good night, my someone, good night.
With 110 cornets right behind.
Our star is shining, its brightest star.
There were horns of every shape and oh, sweet dreams be yours, dear dreams heavy.
While 110 cornets play the air,
I wish I may, and I wish I might. Now, good night, my someone, good night.
Right? This guy's crazy. He's going all over town spilling everything.
I'll say I'm crazy. I missed my train, probably lost my job. But I got you now, Hill, and you'll pay. You'd be in the clink right now if it hadn't have been for that piano teacher. I told her all about you, and what did she do? Lily gagged me around till I couldn't get to shit. Little dried up man hungry dock seats. Round heel, fizz gig.
Hey, you get out of here, I'll kill you, you dirty mouth.
I'll stay in this town till you pick yours up, down, through, and sideways. Why, you never even knew the territory!
Hurry up, Greg. The rig's waiting. Come on!
Gullible green grass goats. Can't you get it through your heads that you're being swindled out of your eye teeth right now this minute? There's a burglar in the bedroom and you're filling in the parlor. I'm talking about Harold Hill. He's had his hand in your wallet. Mister, and yours. Madam, and yours, little lady. Ever since the very first moment he came to this town.
There's more documented evidence than you'll ever have time to read. There isn't any band. There never has been any band. There never will be any band. And if you don't hunt this man down right now like a mad dog, there won't be any Harold Hill either. He'll be on the next train out of town.
Now will you believe me?
What are we waiting for?
I want my money back!
Money back! I want his hide!
After him!
Hey, been looking all over for you. Where have you been?
Oh, Harold, I'm looking for Winthrop. He's run away. Please go, Harold. Please, they're talking about tar and feathers.
I have to see you, Marian.
It's all right. Don't you know that? You don't owe me a word. Not a word. Please, go.
Right? He isn't anywhere around here unless tried down by the creek.
Wait a minute here, son.
I'm not your son now. Leave me go.
That's how I talk to you.
I won't listen. You wouldn't tell the truth anyway.
I would too.
You would not.
I would too. I'll tell you anything you want to know.
Can you lead a band?
No.
Are you a big liar?
Yes.
Are you a dirty, rotten crook?
Yes.
Now leave me go, you big liar!
Now, what's the matter? You want to know the truth, didn't you? Now, I'm bigger than you. You're going to stand here and get it all, so you might as well quit with it. There are two things you're entitled to know. You're a wonderful kid. And I thought so from the first. That's why I wanted you in the band. To see you quit moping around feeling sorry for yourself.
What band?
I always think there's a band, kid.
What's the other thing men turn out to know?
Well, actually, the other thing isn't any of your business now that I think of it.
Because you never come to River City.
No, you don't, Winthrop.
Winthrop? You believe him?
I believe every word he ever said.
But he promised us.
I know, but he promised us, and it all came true. Just like he said. The lights, and the flags, and the colors, and the symbols.
Where was all that?
And the way every kid in this town walked around here all summer and looked and acted. Especially you. And the parents, too. Does Mama wish he'd never come to River City?
Well, you do, don't you?
No, Winthrop. No, please go. Harold.
Come on, Professor. Hurry up.
I can't go, Winthrop.
Why not?
For the first time in my life, I got my foot caught in the door. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all till there was you.
Quick, here. That way, that way.
And always remember, fellow river citizens, I can only remind you that I did everything in my power to prevent this fire happening from happening. Four score.
What did you do to get our money back?
That professor collected nearly $300 for uniforms just tonight.
He's slippery, I told you. Four score in just a minute. Virtue has triumphed. The sword of retribution has cut down Professor Harold Hill. And if there are those, as I have heard, who are melting tar and collecting feathers, I will not say them nay.
Well, I should think there ought to be some of you who could forget our everlasting, Iowa stubborn, chip on the shoulder arrogance long enough to remember River City before Harold Hill arrived. Do you remember? Well, do you? Surely some of you ought to be grateful to him for what he's brought to River City. And if so, I should think you would want to admit it.
You are wasting a great deal of time here. If there is a person in this hall who does not think this man Hill should be tarred and feathered, let him stand up. You lady, sit down. And the rest of you standing there like a coat of Shropshire sheep. Have you people forgotten how you bought expensive uniforms, technical instruction books, and high-priced band instruments? Have you forgotten the clear understanding and warranty that your children would be taught to play in a band? Where is the band? Where is the band?
Oh, no. Think, man.
Mrs. Peru, that's Winthrop!
Thank you.